This is phase three of how I would rank a Christmas light installation company. What we're going to go over is the website architecture or website structure. We're going to go over your locations. We're going to also touch on your URL structure. Then we're going to go over the canonical, how you want to pick one type of URL, how not picking the right type of URL can lead to 4 different versions of your website. We're also going to touch on your service pages and how to do service hubs. Then we're also going to touch on your blog hub and how to do blog silos. Then we're going to touch on your internal linking between your website, between all these different pages, and how to get a full crawl depth from proper internal linking. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look over the location pages. Now, what we can see here is from the live demo site that I made, this is a service area hub. On this, we're going to have links to all of our other pages that are our other service areas. So as we can see here, we've got 3, 6, 9, we have 11 URLs all on this page to our other service area pages. Here is one of our location pages. We've got Christmas light installation in Pensacola, Florida. We have a photo of the owner. Again, here we're addressing all of the pain points that we've seen customers experience. We're talking about our service. We're showing more photos, what we do, how we do it. We've got this review wall of a whole bunch of text. Again, talking more about our service. We've got these photos, some FAQ, and then again, we've got these areas we serve. This is our Google Business Profile embedded. So we want this hub for when Google comes by to our homepage and crawls, then we'll find our service areas hub. Then it has the link to all of our service areas so that we achieve the 3-click rule of any page from the homepage is discoverable in 3 clicks. So we got homepage, you got the service area hub, then we have the service page. Because we do this proper internal linking through hubs, because we have these hubs, we are also interlinking all of them as well. Now, for your URL structure on your Christmas light installation company, what we want to make sure is that you have HTTPS, so we're secure. Then you have your domain. Then when you go to structure your pages or how you name your pages, we want to be aware of what that looks like URL structure wise. So what we don't want to happen is we have pensacolalight.com/install.html. You don't want to have these search query strings or query strings at all in your URL structure of it goes like question mark, city equals Gulf Breeze, and ID equals 42. You also don't want to have capitalizations in your URL structure. You absolutely have to have one canonical host of your pages. What I mean by this is that whenever someone comes and visits your site, whether that's a person or a bot, you could have 4 different versions of your URL. You could have the HTTPS version. You could have the HTTP version. You could have the version with the W or www, or you could have it without the W. So you could have 4 different versions of your site. You want to set up the server config files to redirect these all to the one you actually want to use. So if you like having in your domain, then you want to 301 all of those to that. What you do not want to have happen is that you have all 4 versions of that URL structure available to Google, because then Google thinks that there's 4 different versions of your site. When all of these are not pointing to your specific URL structure that you want, that you have set up on your site, what happens is that you're losing link equity. And if Google visits those URLs, you don't have the 301 set up. You now have 4 duplicate versions of your site appearing to Google. So Google thinks now, okay, there's 4 exact versions of this site. This doesn't make sense. This looks like spam. And then you get deranked. Now, when we go to set up our service pages and our hubs on our Christmas light installation company's website, what we want to make sure that we do is, so from the homepage in our header navigation, we want to have a link to our residential service hub. Then we also want to have a link to our commercial service hub. Then we have our service area hub, and then we have our blog hub. Then from these hubs, we have links to our money pages. For the blog, we have the links to our blog posts. Now, for our blog hub, our blog silo, for a Christmas light installation company, what we want to have happen is that there's this blog hub. Then we have all of these blog posts. So why have blog posts at all? Why you want to have blog posts is for relevance. So on all of these blogs that we're writing, there's geographic relevance. Then there's just relevance to the service we're trying to provide. On these blogs, what we want to do is we want to have anchor text that links back to our money pages. So as an example, on my Christmas light installation company, I will write a blog about the ultimate guide to C9 Christmas lights. In that Christmas lights blog, I will then have links to my other blogs, but in my anchor text, I will have the keyword I'm trying to target that is linking back to my money page. So my money page is Christmas light installation in Pensacola, right? That anchor text from my blog to my money page, that anchor text is going to be the keyword I'm trying to target. There is also geographic relevance. So what I will do is I will create a blog about things to do or tourist attractions. Then in that blog, I will list like 5, maybe 10 different things that people can visit to do in my city, my area, the place I'm trying to rank my page for. So I will create all of this geographic relevance. I will talk about all these things that Google knows about that are in relation to this area. And on those pages, I will do the exact same thing. I will have anchor text that is targeting my keyword I would like to rank for. So Christmas light installation in Pensacola. So on my geographic blogs, my things to do or things for tourists to visit, I will have the anchor text be Christmas light installation in Pensacola, linking to my money page, Christmas light installation in Pensacola. On my Christmas light installation company's website, I want to ensure that I have proper internal linking to achieve crawl depth. Now, what does this look like? What does that mean? In this illustration, I'll show you. So internal linking is when you have pages on your site, whether that's service pages, you've got location pages, you've got blogs, what have you, is linking to other pages. This helps us achieve what is called crawl depth. What we're doing is we are making it as easy as possible for Google to visit our site, find all of our URLs quickly. How I achieve this is within 3 clicks of the homepage, Google should be able to find every single possible URL on your website. So how do I achieve this is I will have hubs. So in your head navigation, you'll have home and you'll have service areas. For service areas, when you click it, you'll be taken to a page. On that page, you will have links to all of your areas you serve. Here's an example. Right here, you can see I have 11 links to all of my service area. Now, because I do this, what happens is that from the homepage, Google will hit my website from the homepage. It will crawl the page. It will like, okay, where are all the URLs? Okay, here's all the URLs. Okay, I've got all these URLs. I'm going to place these into a queue where I come back later to crawl those. Okay, I'm going to grab all of those URLs. Now, because I have this hub, instead of having this chain link of links, as an example, so let's consider this instead. I have my homepage, I have a link to a page, That page links to another page with no other links pointing to it. That page links to another page with no external links except this one. So what Google has to do is go home, this page, which is 4 hops. What instead you want to do is you want to have home, you have the home page, hub page with all the links to these 12 other links, these other pages. So that each time Google goes boom, and then has all these links, boom, and then has those links and then goes and crawls them so that we get a full crawl depth every single time. Now, if you would like a link to this entire roadmap that I've built that goes over all 7 phases of ranking a business in Google, there will be a link down below.